Hi, welcome to the Chef's Table. I'm Chef Kevin Brooks, owner of Blue Bistro. And tonight, we're going to show you how to take some, they are leftovers. We're going to take leftovers tonight and teach you how to turn them into just two very elegant, very wonderful soups. Soups that I think a lot of people think are hard to make, and I'm going to prove to you that they're not. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a shrimp bisque, and we're going to do a crawfish bisque. And I'm going to show you where the two kind of track together and then where they veer off. Now, last time we were here, I talked about keeping roux around in the kitchen all the time, how we as chefs do that, and in professional kitchens, we always have roux around. So what I've got here in the pot, I'm going to show you how to do it the easiest way. You've all heard that it takes an hour, it takes 2 hours, you got to stir it for this long. I'm going to show you the easy way to do it where your roux will come out perfect every time and you can keep it around. In the pot right here, I've taken and melted 1 pound of butter. This is one of those times you really want to make sure that you're weighing things. If you don't have a little digital scale for the kitchen, they start at about $20. They go up for the really nice ones are only about $60. So I recommend get one. It makes things real easy. So what I've done is put 1 pound of butter and I've got 1 pound of flour. So I've melted the butter and I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit. What we're going to start doing is you can see the butter's melted and separated a little bit. That's okay. It doesn't hurt anything. We're going to start whisking and then we're going to slowly add in the flour while we whisk. The reason we're doing this is we want to keep from building lumps. All right? If we can whisk them out now, it's a lot easier in the end. This is nothing that we're going to season, no salt, no pepper. You want this just plain roux. So we're going to keep stirring this. Let me turn this handle around here. And you can see we've got like this library paste consistency. All right? Now that all this is together, just let it go till it's all nice and smooth. We've got no lumps. Now the tricky part, okay? You've heard it takes forever. Let me show you what you do. Take it. This is a 400-degree oven. Put it right there. And you can set a timer. I'm going to set one some other time. No, there we go. I'm going to set that timer for 30 minutes, and we're going to let that go for a half hour. What we're looking for is when that roux is done, we want it to be a medium brown color, okay? We don't want super dark. We want it, and we don't want it blonde. This would be a medium roux. And the difference is the more you cook a roux, the darker it gets, the less thickening power it has, okay? So you want to make sure that you don't overcook the roux, and then it's not going to do a great job of thickening. So apparently that 30-minute timer was for 30 seconds. So we're going to turn that off, and we'll go back to it. Now, we're going to take in this first pot, and I've got a real low heat under it. We're going to just take and put about a half stick of butter. Okay? Sounds like a lot. It's not. All right? We're going to make a big pot of soup. Okay? And what we're going to do here is light the fire. All right, we'll give that a second. I'm going to get some vegetables out of the refrigerator. So come over here, and we're going to do the shrimp bisque first. So I'm going to take celery, carrot, onion. All right. This fire is not lighting. I'm going to help it along. All right, it's lit now. So now our butter will start melting. There we go. And this in French cooking is a mirepoix. Almost everything, every soup, stew, braise, anything in French cooking is going to start using a mirepoix. So what we're going to do first is take the celery, and I always like to just cut the ends off, all right? And we're going to cut the celery just straight across. We're not looking to do anything pretty here. We just want celery. I guess this is going to be about a cup of celery right there. And then we're going to take the carrot. And again, carrots don't have to be peeled for this one. You can just wash them real good and leave them. If you feel like you must, go ahead. Now, take the carrot. Carrots can be a little dangerous because they roll around and this is sharp. So if you'll put your hand on either side and put the knife in between and slowly go straight down to the board, okay? Now we can take, and it's stable. We want to take that and then cut it into thirds. Notice the fingers are back, keeping everything away so I don't get hurt, okay? Same thing here. We're going to let the knife ride the fingers, and then we can just go straight across, all right? So we're going to knock these out real quick. And like I said, don't worry about, you see chefs or people who cook a lot, they're real fast with the knives. Don't worry about getting fast. That'll happen as it goes. Now, this is the smaller end of the carrot. You notice I didn't cut it into thirds. What I'm wanting is everything to be about equal size when I get done. Okay? So if that means some of it has to be cut in half, then some of it has to be cut in half. If not, then we won't. Now, the onion, again, knock the top of it off right there. Okay? We're going to take these peels and things and throw those away. Then the end right here, just take enough off so that that root's gone. But we want to leave this part right here intact so it'll hold the onion together for us. Straight down to the board, and then we can peel it. Theoretically. So I'm going to peel both halves. And to me, it's easier when you kind of assembly line this stuff. You go on, cut all the tops off. Go and cut all the root ends off. Cut them all in half. Peel them all. So you're always moving through at the same time. Now, remember the hand on top, start at the heel of the knife, and try to do it in just one pull. Okay? I went too far that time. See, it went all the way through. So I'm going to just stop there and go down. I want to stay safe. I don't want to get hurt. And then across. And we're making our dice for our onions. Again, we want everything to be about the same size. And what we're looking for here is we want 2 parts onion, 1 part celery, 1 part carrots. Doesn't matter if you're doing a half cup, a cup, whatever. That's the ratio we want. And in fact, there's a new book out by a gentleman called Michael Ruhlman, and it's based on ratios. And if you know the ratios to do things, you don't have to know recipes. So my copy is ordered. I've read what you can see online, and I really like it. It keeps you from having to know, like to make bread, that you're going to need 6 cups of flour and 3 cups of water and blah, blah. It just teaches you the ratio of water to flour to salt to yeast, so you can do it there. Now, back to our pan over here. Our butter's melted, and we're going to take and put all our vegetables in. All right, and we're going to get actually both of these soups going at the same time. So now we've got carrots, onions, and celery going there. All right. Again, this is a sweat, not a saute. So we add salt now. If it was a saute, I'd be trying to get color on the vegetables and we'd wait till later. So I'm going to go back to my celery, and I'm going to start cutting up the vegetables now for our crawfish bisque. This pot's going to be our shrimp bisque. The difference is we're going to substitute the carrot with bell pepper. Okay, remember last week I showed you how to take the top and bottom off the bell pepper, then pick one of the ribs and go straight down at that rib to the board. So now you've got that flap. You lay it on its side and real gently just take the insides out. That's the easiest way I have ever found to do it. The cutting all the stuff to be the same size in this recipe is not about presentation, because we're going to take the stick blender at the end and burr all this together and then strain it out. This is all about things cooking at the same pace. So I'm going to finish cutting up the bell peppers, and you've seen me do the celery and the onions, so I'm going to get the other pot going for our shrimp bisque, and we'll get into that more when we get back.